And I'm recording. So if you need to come on because you can't hear me or you don't, or I didn't make sense, that happens sometimes, feel free to come on. I'll take that part out of the video. All right. Noticing your breath. And noticing the length of your inhale and the length of your exhale. Do you think you can slow down your breath? Fuller, deeper inhales. Longer, slower exhales. So our class today will provide us an opportunity to slow down. We'll slow down the breath. We'll slow down our movements. And I will do my best to slow down my teaching. So often we rush from one thing to the next in our lives, and we miss some of the important things that happen, or even just the small, wonderful moments that happen in our lives because we're so preoccupied with the future. So we're going to slow down today to be present in our bodies, in our minds, and in our hearts. So we'll have a mantra for our practice today. The mantra is, I have time. I have time. So perhaps repeating that to yourself a few times, and then again as we go through class, and I'll remind you, I have time. All right. So making some small movements here in your fingers and toes. Rolling around wrists and ankles. And then hugging both knees in towards your chest, maybe rocking around from side to side. And then slowly making your way up to seated, any comfortable seated position for you. Okay, go lie down. She doesn't want to go lie down. Okay, so our first pose here, we're going to start in a staff pose. So actually, just to mention, if you have blocks nearby, feel free to grab your blocks. And we're going to use some kind of more like extensions for our arms, okay? Just in case your arms don't come flat on the earth, like mine kind of almost don't. So staff pose, we're going to start, legs out nice and long, activate your feet, finding your sits bones, sitting up nice and tall. Good girl. Okay, and then pushing your hands down into the earth or into the blocks. And you want to push the backs of your thighs down towards the earth. So nice and active pose here, even though it looks like we're just sitting in an L shape. Okay, and then here's what we're gonna do. Nice and slow. You're going to bring your feet in as much as you comfortably can get them, and then lift your feet up off the earth, and we're gonna cross right ankle over left, and then very gently bring them down to the earth. Okay, same thing, we're gonna come back the opposite direction, stretch your legs out long, and then slowly bring your legs down to the earth. Okay, draw the navel in, maybe you lean back a little bit to do this, slide the feet in. This time left ankle over right. Let's hold here for a breath. Slowly bringing your legs back out and gently bringing them to the earth. Harder than it looks. Okay, we're gonna do that one more time each side. Draw the feet in a little bit. Pick them up, right ankle over left. It's like a flying cross-legged pose. And then slowly bringing your legs back out. Last one here. This time we're going to cross the left ankle over right. Hold if that's comfortable for you. Try not to place your feet on the earth. Okay, and then this time let's place both feet together and then slowly bring the feet down towards the earth, knees come out to the side. So butterfly or cobbler pose, sitting up nice and tall. Take a couple rounds of breath here. Okay, and then using your hands to bring your knees back together, lift your feet. Let's find a boat pose. So maybe feet are on the earth, arms are out in front, or feet come up off the earth. Maybe it's just one foot. Okay, feet come back together, try not to touch the floor. Feet come to the earth, butterfly. Okay, so from here, let's find a twist. Left hand comes to right knee, right hand comes behind you or thigh, whatever's comfortable. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale to turn. And then, if you want, you can stay here or perhaps start to walk your hand back, lean back, draw the belly button in, and then come back to center. Allowing your knees to come back together. Let's find our boat pose again. Draw the belly button in, crown of the head comes up nice and high. Butterfly pose, can you do it without your feet touching the earth right away? Feet together, knees apart. Come up slowly to seated. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, turn. So we're activating the core as we lean back here. So pull the belly button in. Maybe you walk the hand back a little bit. And as you turn, you may start to twist a little bit more. Inhale, coming back to center. Bringing your knees together. Maybe the feet come up off the earth. Find your boat. Whatever variation of boat that works for you. If you want to, a little more challenge, legs come long. Sitting up nice and tall, squeeze the inner thighs. All right. Right ankle crosses over left. Let's bring the feet to the earth. And we'll find some seated cat-cow. So rounding your spine, tucking your chin, tucking your tailbone. And then moving in the opposite direction, shoulders roll back and down the spine. Just moving here a few times at your own pace. Coming back to center. Then we're going to find that twist once again. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to turn. And perhaps you lean back behind you. Holding here for a couple breaths. And slowly making your way back to center. We're going to bring the feet back up. Uncross the legs, come into our staff pose. Sit up nice and tall. All right, and then same thing. Let's bring the feet up. Left ankle crosses over right. Bringing the hands back, or feet, sorry, back down to the earth. Cross-legged pose if that's comfortable for you. All right, and then this time let's find some lateral stretches. So we'll bring the right hand to the floor. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. And then walking over towards the right side. Find length along the left side. Gently coming up, take your time. Then let's come over to the other side. So only go as far as you feel comfortable. Inhale, coming back to center. We're going to find that twist on the other side. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale to turn. Maybe you stay here, walk that hand back, bend into the elbow, pull the belly button in, find a deeper twist, lean back. So we want to keep a nice straight spine when we lean back. Try not to round. Slowly coming back up. Okay, hands to the earth. Let's bring the feet back up and then slowly bringing the legs out long, staff pose. Sitting up nice and tall. Okay, so let's come down onto our backs. Sorry, we're gonna come onto the side. So let's come onto the right side. So we've done this pose once before. We're gonna bring the legs out long. So you wanna stack one hip over the other. And you wanna feel like almost like you're balancing here on that bottom hip. And feel free to use your hand to hold you up if that feels, your head up if that feels more comfortable for you. All right, and then we're gonna take this hand up, the left hand, and bring the left hand on top of the top leg. Find your balance, legs are straight if you can. Okay, from here, we're going to bring the left leg up towards the sky. Keep your balance. Woo-hoo. So up to you. If you want, you can grab a hold of your pant leg. If you're able to reach, find the back of the leg. Maybe you walk your hands down towards your foot, activating the left foot. You might just be hovering your leg, which is great actually, because it's harder to balance that way. All right, we're gonna count as we lower the leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, you can bring your hand to the floor. Let's bend both knees. Okay, so depending on your body, you might just be staying here. You might come back to this pose where we bring the legs out long. Or if it's in your body, you're going to activate that top foot, the left foot. Left hand comes to the left ankle. You're gently going to pull the foot just a little bit. Give yourself a stretch. Left foot stays active. So we're like in a lying half bow. Relaxing the left shoulder. And then gently release the left foot. And then you're going to make your way over to the other side. So laying on your left side, however you need to be. If you want to see the camera or you don't have to see me, it doesn't matter. So again, we're going to stack hips here. Legs are long. If you need to, you can keep that right hand on the earth. Or perhaps you extend the right hand up and maybe bring it down nice and slow onto the right thigh. So depending on your natural bone structure, this might be difficult because you're wobbling, or it might not be. Okay, keeping both legs straight if you can. We're going to bring the right leg up towards the sky. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you can grab your leg somewhere, feel free to. Maybe you bring it a little bit closer to you. Right foot is active. Or maybe you're just holding the leg in the air, which is pretty good actually for that right hip. Keeping the right foot active. If this is just too difficult to balance, feel free to bend the left knee. So we all have time, right? We're going to lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bending both knees. Right hand comes for that right ankle. Activate your right foot. That protects the knee in case the knee happens to slip. And then we want to try and point that knee back behind us and possibly bring the knee down onto that bottom leg. Still finding a bit of balance here. Notice where your mind has gone. Notice if you still have patience for being here in this shape. We have time. Okay, gently releasing that top leg. And then we're all going to make our way into a tabletop, however it feels comfortable for you. In our tabletop, wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Just rolling the shoulders back and down the spine, gripping your fingers into the earth. Okay, we're going to find a little bit of movement here in the spine. So rounding the spine, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone, but take your time going there. And then moving in the opposite direction, tailbone points up towards the sky. See if you can slow it down so it's about 5 seconds or longer for you to get all the way there. So just continue moving at your own pace. Notice how it feels to move slower. Notice how it feels in your body. Okay, so let's make our way back to our tabletop pose. And from here, we're going to bring the right foot long behind us, squaring the hips down towards the earth, toes point down. We're going to find our balancing cat. So left arm comes up and comes forward. Draw the navel in. Pushing your body away from the earth. All right, we're going to find a cat-cow crunch. We're going to take our time. So rounding the spine very slowly, knee and elbow come towards each other to meet. Pull the belly button in and hold. Extending back out into your balancing cat. Again, slowly round the spine, knee and elbow come towards each other. Take your time and then hold. Coming back into your balancing cat. And then gently lowering back to table. So just a reminder, grip your fingers into the earth to help protect your wrists. Even try to cup your hands into the earth. Okay, other side. Left leg comes long, square the hips, push your body away from the earth. Right hand comes forward. Imagine a string pulling your belly button up towards the sky. And let's round a cat-cow crunch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Balancing cat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And hold. Okay, last one. Round, take your time. Maybe you can go longer than 5 seconds. Push away from the earth, pull the belly button in. Slowly coming back to your balancing cat. And into tabletop. Into child's pose. So I invite you to find any variation of child's pose that feels good for you and your body. Could be knees together, knees apart, arms could be long, arms could be behind you. And if your head doesn't come all the way to the earth, perhaps using a block or stacked fists to place your forehead on. I have time. I have time to be here in this pose. I have time to stop and notice the small magical things that happen in life. Gently making your way, take your time, up into tabletop. If you need to, find some C shapes, figure eights, cat cow. And then from here, let's step the right foot forward between the hands. So a low lunge, right knee's over the ankle in line with the second or third toe. And just kind of sink and settle here into that left thigh. If your hands don't come all the way to the earth, maybe use blocks or you tense your fingers. I have long arms, I still can't make it all the way to the floor. Okay, here's our challenge. Let's curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, take your time. Squeeze your inner thighs towards center. Draw the belly button in. Let's slowly take your time. Bring the arms up. If you need to, you can come into warrior one first or instead. So left foot will come to the earth. Toes will be pointing up towards the top left corner of the mat. Okay, always an option for warrior one instead of a high lunge in any of the practices we do here. All right, we're gonna find a twist. Hands coming to heart center. Sorry, if you're in warrior one, dropping the left knee back down to the earth. High lunge, let's stay up high. So hands to heart center. We're gonna turn towards the right side. Take your time. Left elbow comes down towards the outside of the left thigh. Push into the thigh to help you turn. So maybe your high lunge or low lunge. Continue squeezing the inner thigh, squeeze the glutes. Woo. Okay, slowly unravel, arms reach up towards the sky. Feeling the warmth in that front thigh. Let's bring the hands down towards the earth. We're all gonna make our way into tabletop. Okay, so other side. Left foot comes forward. Left knee over ankle. Maybe you walk the right leg back for a little more stretch. And try and sink and settle here into that right thigh. All right, let's curl the back toes under. Squeeze the inner thighs to rise, to lift the legs, sorry. If you need to, set up for warrior one here. Draw the belly button in, bring the arms out front, use your core to help you. Very slowly, 5, coming up, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. So rolling the left hip back, right hip forward. Shoulders roll back and down your spine. All right, we're gonna find that twist. So either high lunge or low. Gently bringing the hands to heart center. Turning towards the left side. And then see if you can find your twist. If you need to, release your hands to find it, totally okay. But take your time. Whoa, coming forward. Squeeze the inner thighs. All right, very slowly unraveling, bring the arms back up. All right, let's bring our hands down towards the earth. Whether you're low lunge or high, we're gonna step forward into a forward fold. Feet are hip distance apart. As much of a bend in the backs of your legs as you need. And find a forward fold that feels right for you. Maybe you sway. Maybe there's an arm variation that you enjoy. Release any tension you feel in your neck. If you have a dog nearby, tell them they're a good dog. All right, so let's bring our hands to our hips. Lengthen your spine. Slight bend in your knees. And we're going to come up for the count of 10. For 10, 9, 8. Keep the belly button drawn in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, mountain pose. Feet are hip distance apart. Shoulders rolled back and down your spine. Okay, let's inhale. Bring the arms up. Shoulders roll back and down. All right, so we're going to find a slight tuck of our tailbone here. And we're going to turn the upper body towards the right. We've done this in one other class. So maybe you stay here, or perhaps you find a gentle back bend. If one arm feels uncomfortable, feel free to place the arm back down by your side. Inhale, let's come back to center, extended mountain. And exhale, forward fold. All right, so we're gonna stay in our forward fold. Hands come wherever you need to. They might be on your legs or maybe towards the earth or on blocks. And you're going to sit down like you're sitting into a chair with the lower body. So the upper body is going to stay leaning forward, draw that belly button in, send the hips back. Maybe you bring the arms behind you and try not to collapse all your weight onto your thighs. Reach long behind you if your arms are there. Shoulders roll out of your ears. Keep the belly button drawn in. Let's bring that upper body up. Take your time. We're in a full chair. All right, again, we're gonna bring the arms back. The upper body comes down, may not touch your legs, doesn't matter, just as far as you feel comfortable. Straight spine, draw the belly button in. Slowly lowering the hands to either your thighs, shins, the earth. And then slowly straightening your legs, forward fold. That looks a lot easier than it is. All right, so let's bring our arms out towards the sides and reverse swan dive up into extended mountain. This time we're going to turn our upper bodies towards the left. Find a slight tuck of the tailbone, and perhaps find a gentle back bend, just the heart opens up. Gently making your way back to your extended mountain. And exhale, swan diving down, forward fold. Let's find that chair variation again. So wherever your hands are comfortable, place them there. We're going to send the tailbone back. Sending the hips back, slight tuck of the tailbone, draw the belly button in. Slowly bring the arms out in front. So those, different variation from last time. Pull the belly button in. If this is too much, bring the arms back behind you. All right, maybe you come into a full chair pose, slight tuck of the tailbone. All right, we're gonna bring our arms back behind us, flat back, upper body folds towards the thighs, may not touch, doesn't matter. And then slowly coming into a forward fold. Find your breath. All right, let's take a big step back here with the right foot. We're going to set up for warrior two. So right foot's parallel to the back of the mat. Front heel intersects with the middle of the back foot. Count to 5 as you slowly windmill your arms up to come into warrior two. So bending into that front knee. We want to make sure the front knee is over the ankle in line with the second or third toe. Okay, and then we're going to find a side angle. So a variation that feels good for you. Perhaps, take your time, perhaps the left forearm comes to the thigh. Or maybe that left hand comes down to a block or the earth. If it's comfortable, wherever you are, right hand reaches towards the front of the mat. So we want to roll the right hip back. Kind of like when we're in a triangle pose where we stack hips. We imagine there's a wall behind us. Same idea. Okay, we're going to unravel for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm already there. Okay. All right. Peaceful warrior. Front hand turns up, back hand comes down. We're going to move from the waist, keep the hips where they are, reaching up and over. This right hand can stay in a thigh, or if it's in your body, maybe you find a half bind, hand comes behind your low back, or maybe it makes its way towards the top of the left thigh. How's the front thigh feeling? Whew. All right, release the arms. Let's count to 5 this time, releasing the hands down towards the earth. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you step back into a plank pose? So whatever kind of plank you need, could be knees down or knees up. Push away from the earth. All right, so either child's pose or downward dog, but take your time moving back. We're going to move back into our plank pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last time, either child's pose or downward dog for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So wherever you are, let's make our way towards the front of our mat into a forward fold. All right, let's take a big step back with the left foot, coming into warrior two on this side. Windmill the arms up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Check the front knee. So notice what's going on with your shoulders. Sometimes they come up by your ears. So let's turn the palms up. Notice the shoulders drop. And then turn the palms back down. All right, side angle, whichever variation for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Maybe that left arm reaches towards the front of your mat. Top shoulder rolls back and down your spine. And there's one option you have. I always forget to offer you this. You can take that top hand, the left hand, place it underneath so it comes to the right side of your rib cage, and then use your hand to help you kind of roll your rib cage open. And then that left hand comes back up. I have time. Okay, let's come up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, peaceful warrior, reverse warrior, right hand turns up, left hand comes down. Slowly come back. Whatever variation feels good for you with the left arm. Still bend into that front knee, make sure it's over the ankle and that you can see your big toe. I'm shaking. All right, unravel. If you're in a twist here, and then let's slowly count of 5, bring the hands down towards the earth. Let's step back into our plank pose. All right, let's all drop the knees down if they're not already there. Tuck the elbows in and slowly lower. All right, let's find a back bend. So one of your choices, or whatever your choice is, maybe it's baby cobra, sphinx pose, forearms to the earth, or maybe hands by the chest, full cobra, shoulders roll back and down your spine. And if you're in a full cobra, try not to lock out your arms. Wherever you are, tops of the feet come down towards the earth. We have time to be in this pose. And then slowly coming back down. Bending your knees and windshield wipering your feet from side to side. Okay, so we are going to make our way into a final resting pose. Maybe you like to stay on your front body. You can find crocodile, feet come out to the side, hands come underneath your head, or maybe a block or something. Or if you'd rather be on your side or on your back body, feel free to come into that pose. All right, so once you find a comfortable place on the earth, notice the sensation of your breath. Can you slow down your breath, taking fuller inhales and slower exhales? And perhaps taking this moment to notice the small things in life. If there's a time that you have slowed down before, what did you notice? It may have been something like the sound of a bird, the smell of, I want to say fresh coffee, but it could be whatever you enjoy. And perhaps you find gratitude for those small things in your life. And gently bringing your awareness back into the room. making any movements that your body is asking for. And in your own way, take your time, making your way up to seated. And once you get there, lowering or closing your eyes. Taking deep inhales in through your nose and long, slow exhales out. I honor all of you for being here today, taking time out of your day to practice with me and with each other. Have a beautiful evening.